Hi everyone, it's DAMM time. Is everybody ready to make a mandala with me today? Or just hang out with me and watch while I draw one. That's okay too. Although I hope at some point, someday, you'll venture to make your own. I promise that you will really love it. It's not hard. You don't need any artistic abilities. Just you're making basic shapes, just kind of repeated going round and round. Yeah? Okay. Let's see. Give a minute for people to pop on. And how's everybody's day going so far? For me, it's, early evening, but I know I have people from all over. I think in Australia, it's like early morning. Hi, Oana, is that how you say your name? That's a very beautiful, unusual name. I am just starting my meditation mandala for the evening. And let's see, I just give it a minute for people to pop on, but I think that we can start now. So again, I hope some of you are making a mandala with me. But if not, just watching is nice too. It's really kind of relaxing and meditative and almost hypnotic to watch drawing videos, right? Okay, let's see. Let's start, of course, with our just little center point, just to kind of break that blank page. And then we'll start. Let's see, let's start today. Let's start with our just basic flower shape. Just go with the standard today. Hello, Jess. And then let's just make some kind of bigger petals going around there. And then, you know what, let's have a couple layers of these. I feel like having kind of a big sort of flower blossom shape today. I don't know about you guys, but here in Austin, it was so gorgeous today. Oh my gosh. I was actually indoors today. I decided to move my studio from upstairs to downstairs, which was, kind of a big project. So we would spend most of the day indoors, even though it was so gorgeous out, but not like we can really go anywhere, right? So in the front yard, that's about it. And anyway, but all the spring and summer weather makes me want to draw flowers and things like that. Let's see, let's go ahead and then just put in our little Hershey Kiss shape here as kind of a leaf shape. And I am imagining that you can tell why I call it a Hershey's Kiss shape. Because, it looks like a Hershey's Kiss. Sort of. Sometimes a very wonky, maybe halfway melted Hershey's Kiss, but still, Hershey's Kiss. But also, alternatively, they look like leaves, which I really like. So, let's go ahead and make another layer of leaves, since we're doing multiple layers here. We'll do the same shape. I'm making it a little wider just because I'm going from, top to top of these shapes, and as you get outside, my pen is skipping. As you get outside layers of the mandala, the shapes, get bigger. There's more space that you need to fill. The circumference of that kind of circle is bigger. So shapes tend to get a little bigger, or you need to do more repeats on shapes. And okay, so one more, I'll stick that in there. And now what shall we do? Let's actually, in between here, let's make some long, skinny leaf shapes like this. And in case this is your first time popping on, I do these completely off the top of my head. I don't have any pre-planned, so you never know what's going to come out. Sometimes it's better than others. But since this is a focus on having a meditative or a mindful kind of experience with the mandala, and we're not trying to make high art, all is good. And let's see, what can we do now? I want to, let's put a circle on the top of each one of these longer leaf shapes. There we go. And then what shall we do now? Anybody? Thoughts? What would you do? I'm going to take, and from like kind of just like, you know, the section of these circles, I'm just going to do like a partial circle. It's like a kind of a curved line. So it's just like you're trying to make a straight line, but you know, it doesn't ever come out really straight and you make a curved line. That's sort of what we're doing on purpose. All right. And that'll open up that space here, and we can do some decorating in there later. And there we go. Last one. And for those of you who would like, hello Andrea, I'll be seeing you in a few minutes. And so those of you who would like, I'm actually going to be posting updates. I'm making a big, huge mandala on my living room wall tonight. That's my project for the night. So like I was saying, I have a couple beers ready, and hopefully they will help me and not hinder me. But it's the one way I can actually get through the painful work of drawing huge mandalas on the wall, because it can get painful on the neck and shoulders. What are we gonna do? Let's see. Let's make our little chubby triangles here. And I just call it a chubby triangle because it's like a triangle shape, but since the lines kind of bow out a little bit, instead of being straight, they kind of bow. So I just kind of call it a chubby triangle. Yes, see you soon. Are you drawing one with me, Ariel, today? And Ariel, Andrea. I juggle reading the comments and drawing. It's always a struggle. So it's like the first word that comes up in my vision without my glasses on, and that was your last name. Of course, you could be an Ariel. You're like a mermaid. All right. Let's see, I also have to keep track of time because, we're doing good on time today. Let's see, what else should we do? Let's make like another sort of that, you know, kind of curved line or semicircle just in between, just sort of at the bottom quarter to 1/3 of our chubby triangles. We'll make that little kind of semicircle shape. And you can kind of just like repeat, you know, this shape that's going here is pretty good. And you notice I'm turning my paper, and so I want you guys, when you're making mandalas, to go ahead and do that. Well, you basically have to, and I mean, it's not like I don't even know you, so it's just weird. It's just like, because when things pop up on the screen, like just like what catches my you know, view the first, especially when I'm in the middle of drawing. But you basically have two first names, right? Which is really kind of cool. And didn't you say when you were a kid, everybody called you Andy, or is it Andy? I think I remember you saying that, which is also very cool. I had a friend in grade school who, you know, I really don't know what her actual name was. We just always called her Andy, but I guess it could have been Andy, but I'm thinking it was like also Andrea or something. Let's see, what else should we do? let's make some more of our kind of, you know what, let's make our Hershey Kiss shape, but we're gonna make it wider. We're gonna make it in that kind of long or flat shape. So it goes like this. It also reminds me of those like brackets, you know, like the fancy parenthesis, when it's kind of, you know, long and flat like that. I guess it's called brackets. Is there an official word for those? I just call it a fancy parenthesis, but I think it's like a bracket or something, I don't know. There's probably some sort of official word for it. All right, one more, and then let's take some time to decorate the inside, yeah? All right, well, first of all, let's just do some little border shapes. So let's start with, let's see, we'll make a circle, and then, so kind of, you know, like tapering circles or going from, you know, bigger to smaller on the outside of these chubby triangle tips. And I just like to add these kind of elements just because it gives it kind of a finished sort of border look. Yeah. Let's see. And I'm going to do, and one other thing that I like to do is I like to kind of double up some of these shapes. So you're going along the same line as this. You're just doing it not exactly. So this gives it like kind of a little organic shape. Almost acts as maybe even like a little bit of a shadow when you do that. But I just like it because it makes it look very organic and just a little bit more like loose and free. Oh, hold on, this piece of paper is catching my pen and driving me crazy. And there we go. Let's see, what are we gonna do next? If we're trying to keep this in like kind of an organic, botanical shape, let's go ahead and put my other favorite thing, which is making these into a leaf shape. So just making our center kind of vein shape here. And when I do those, I'm focusing on my line, but instead of doing a start, a draw, and a stop, we do a start, a draw, and a lift. And that will just give you that kind of tapered end, which makes it look very organic. And since we're trying to make leaf shapes, it just looks really nice. And we'll do the same with these like little side veins. Just start, draw, lift. And it just makes the leaf look much more natural. There we go. Let's see, what are we going to do next? Let's fill in, let's do these same type of lines in our little flower petals here. So we'll just do a couple of those, and kind of makes it look like either like stamen in our flower petals, or like, kind of folds as the flower petal kind of, curves up and folds up and makes like that little kind of, almost wrinkles in the middle. And we'll do the same on this layer. And you don't have to put all the same. You can put 2 in some and 3 in some and whatever. We're just trying to be very natural and organic with these type of shapes. And then let's go in this middle one. And you know what, let's just do this again. I just want another layer of this. I want like 3 nice layers of flower petals here. And then this last one, we'll just put 1 up the center. There, so that looks really nice and floral there. And let's see, on these, I am going to, let's double this line. So we'll make the same lines of this shape, just right on the inside of it. So you're just kind of doubling that shape there. And that will just kind of fill in the space a little bit, give a little bit of interest to it. And our eye likes to see repeated shapes. So it gives like some visual interest. Let's see, let's do also the same kind of thing in here. We'll do this repeated shape, but let's fill this one in. So just draw that same kind of long, skinny oblong shape and then just fill it in. But be careful when you're filling it in to, to stay mindful of your lines. We tend to, when we fill things in, to get in a rush and, kind of scrub or scribble to fill in. So we want to just stay mindful of how we're filling in. Usually I do that, but just kind of going back and forth in the shape. And these are kind of small shapes. That gets really, important to consider when you're filling in larger shapes, because larger shapes take some patience to fill in. So I usually don't recommend doing that unless you are a person who does have quite a bit of patience. Usually people who love to color have a lot of patience for that kind of thing. Let's see, time check. Okay, got a few more minutes. Let's see, what shall we do? Let's do the same thing. Let's draw a small circle just at the tip there, inside, and fill that in. I like to fill in a lot on mandalas, types of shapes when I feel like they need a little bit of grounding. It really gives it that, like a little bit of weight to where they feel just a little bit heavier, a little bit more important, I guess, although important's not really the right word, but just where it gives it that little extra weight and kind of boldness, I guess you would say. So you can do that with either filling in spaces or making your lines thicker. So you can make, we'll take, actually this one I think I want to take, and this outside line, we'll just make a little bit thicker. So you can just grab a thicker pen, or you can just kind of go over the line several times to make it thicker. And that will also add some kind of weight to the mandala to sort of balance it out. Let's see, what else can we do? I don't necessarily need to fill all these in with you guys watching. Well, hello again, Anna. You know what? In a way, they're always a little bit similar. Let's see, this was the one yesterday. So, some of the same elements, but not really. A lot of the times the shapes are the same. I use the same, sort of Hershey's Kiss shape. I use the same chubby triangle shape. I'm always using these curved shapes. So a lot of times they're kind of similar. Especially when I, have done basically 30 of them now in a row. There's going to be some similarities. But even that, if I looked back at every single one would be different, even using all the same shapes. That's what's pretty remarkable about them. It's like writing a language, right? Or writing all languages. Like, it's always the same letters, right? I mean, a couple of differences in the Latin languages, but it's all pretty much the same letters. But imagine all the just unimaginable combinations of words you get using those same 23, 26 letters. So it's the same with this. We're using the same kind of shapes, but there's just infinite amount of combinations you can make with them. All right, let's see. We have that repeated. Let's see, I have a few more minutes. I want to do is I'm going to just draw some lines in here. Again, I like that kind of contrast of the sort of hard or geometric shapes against the more organic shapes. So doing like stripes or things like that in the middle of all these sort of leaves and flowers, I think looks really cool. And let's see, I won't do all of those because it'll take a while. Let's go ahead and let's put some large petals in this shape. So, got the message. I am a lecturer by heart. Let's see. So let's make these kind of shapes in here. So these are just our petal shapes, and you just basically make them whatever size they need to be to fit in this triangle space. So you just, kind of just draw up as far as you can and just kind of squeeze them in to this space. And one thing I do like to do on these too, when I make this kind of design, is I do like to actually fill in the space, and I'll do this just to show you, but just this space in between the petals and the outside shape, I like to fill in, and just it really kind of makes the petal shape inside pop. And I think that looks really cool. Can you see the difference in what this one looks like and this one looks like with the sort of the background filled in? So that also, just filling in the space, kind of gives it that weight and that boldness that makes all the shapes really stand out and pop and contrast against one another. Yeah? So what do you like better? Do you like it like this or filled in? Oh, another thing, I like to actually sometimes take these shapes and also put the little sort of fold or stamen shapes in them. And again, that's the starting, drawing, and lift, just to get that tapered edge. So start, draw, lift, draw, and lift, lift. So yeah, hello Dawn. We're just actually finishing up. So yeah, so this one is it with it not filled in, and this one is with the sort of background of that. See how much it just really makes that kind of flower, those petals pop. And you can actually even just kind of, make these lines of your petal bolder too. And it almost gives it like a shadow look and really makes it look kind of 3D and stand out. Anyway, I need to go. I need to run down the street to my neighborhood sing-along. I hope everybody has an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you here tomorrow. And also pop back later. I'm going to be posting updates of my my mandala mural that I'm making on my wall of my studio. That's what I'm going to be doing tonight, and I'll post some updates and some photos. And I'm going to be taking oh, the pen is a Pigma Micron, and I mean really you can use any pen, but these I like because they have a very flat tip, so you get a very even line. And they come in a lot of different sizes. In the event page that I have made for the DAMM time, I have in the comments or the discussion session, I have a post with links to all, these and all the tools that I use that I give to my students in my workshops. So if you want to take a look at that, I think it's probably just in my, I don't know how you get to my events. I think there's an events thing on my wall. You can look at that. I'll try to remember to post a link in the comments here. Anyway, that's it. I need to run, get down the street, and yeah, everybody have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.